Good afternoon, everyone. It's Robert T. Green, CEO of Pre-Post Game, also known as a pleasure of educating and power protect the athletes and families' best interests alone. Today is October 1st, 2019. And hey, once again, I'm here speaking on behalf of the players and the families. And if you guys check out my actual post underneath this actual video, you'll see what the gist of it is. Get some housekeeping out the way. For more information, you can check us out at prepostgame.com, PRE-POSTGAME.com, sports business management advisory firm for students, athletes, and their families. That's right, for everybody involved. No impermissible benefits here. I get compensated for what I do, and we try to do it well. Next, the Players Rep 1 on Twitter, the Players Rep 1 on Instagram, the Players Rep here on Facebook. And we're talking about the Fair Act Pay for Play for the actual student athletes to be enacted as a bill was passed to begin on January 1, 2023 in the state of California. But however, there's been bills passed also in the state of New York, Texas, and in Florida to actually start going towards that same track. I make no bones about it since day one. Like I tell everybody, from the NCAA standpoint, it's corrupt, it's crooked, always has been, always will be. And so once the NCAA falls, don't believe it for 1 second. Those same people that's in the business of sports trafficking kids to the highest bidder for making you believe things you don't understand, whether you talk about scholarships in essence, which is financial aid, and not understanding the word subsidy, which I said in my last video, or just for the fact of the matter is that some of these people such as Barry Alvarez, who started coaching in 1990, in particular in Wisconsin, who's never stiffed a national championship, feel like he's going to dictate to kids, saying that he won't schedule teams in Florida. I mean, in California. Why I keep saying Florida? Schedule teams in California. For the fact of the matter is, what makes you think teams in California want to schedule Wisconsin? Secondarily, we talk about strength of schedule. We talk about sniffing national championships. Wisconsin in the Big Ten West plays a weak schedule, has ever since the day that the conference has been around. Some of their toughest competition has happened to be Northwestern, which is an academic school first and foremost. Again, and a few other teams as well. Nebraska's fallen way off. So again, since the early 90s, early 2000s, Nebraska has not been the football powerhouse as it once was. So for Alvarez to come out and say that he won't schedule teams in California, he got to realize there's other bills being passed in Texas, Florida, and New York as well. So I don't know who we think he's going to play. But that's their right. That's his business decision. That's Wisconsin's decision. More power to him. But once again, like I said in my earlier post, that these athletes and their families now have business decisions as well. The fact that actually Jonathan Taylor, who would be an athlete that would be able to make money off his likeness and image, I can assure you, out of the state of New Jersey, he would not take his talents to the University of Wisconsin if you felt like he can go do something for his best interests and his family right off the bat. Understand that. Trust the facts, not the process. Anyone that's making a bet that they would do otherwise is sadly mistaken and going to find out that winning 2 games a year, there's no TV advertising, no marketing, no conference play, no teams. No one wants to come play somewhere where you can't actually generate that revenue. Barry Alvarez has been in Wisconsin, as I said, almost 30-some years, makes tens of millions of dollars at the back of these actual athletes, and has a problem that his best players that ever came to Wisconsin were both transfers in Russell Wilson and J.J. Watt. I can assure you Wisconsin is still making money off of their likeness and image as well as we speak. But yet he has a problem with players making money based off of what they do. Again, at the end of the day, the NCAA was founded and formed in 1906. And they operate as if it was 1906. I don't need to tell anybody who's watching this video how the United States of America operated in 1906, specifically when you talk about majority of athletes of color, and also for actual education standpoint. To keep thinking that later at the end of the day, you can tell any player or any parent what they want to hear, not what they need to know, and they're supposed to just shut up and go do it, you are sadly mistaken. For those that are saying that it's about college tradition to who? Tradition of being beaten down. I'm a former student, high school, college, and professional athlete. We know it's a full-time job. Full-time job. As CEO of a company, had nothing to do with my college education at the University of Massachusetts, Virginia Union, HBCU, neither one of them, because both of them did absolutely the same exact thing. Use my body, my mind, my likeness, and my image to sell tickets, to win games, and to put food on their families' tables. Not mine. Just the facts, not the process. So, once again, I'm excited because at the end of the day, this could have ended a long time ago, and I said this before, and I'm going to say it once again. People don't realize a few years ago in Missouri that the Missouri football team was one day almost without playing an actual game in the SEC, based off some things that happened to the student athletes or students that was in the school, and the actual football program stepped up to the plate to advocate and support that actual athlete, where basically the president of the school was told he must resign prior to the game on Saturday, or the football team, 70% African American, would not take the field. And because of the ramifications money-wise and nationally, their president, 30 years in, after he was already asked to resign and refused to do so, once the football team decided not to play, if he stayed, he actually resigned. Sports is not a game. Sports is all business. Trust the facts, not the process. So, for those that keep thinking that at the end of the day, these athletes that generate trillions of dollars for colleges and for coaches and universities and TV advertisement, that they shouldn't be paid. Hey, y'all may be happy with the likeness and image. The bottom line is you get paid for your worth. That's what you do. And at the end of the day, you pay these athletes their worth, and they decide to go back and take your rinky-dink classes that you get. You talk about free education. People don't know that the actual coaches in schools get an actual bonus for putting these kids in some of these schools from getting their actual a GPA of 3.0. I forget, I can't think about the top of my head right now, but they get actual bonuses for actually having their football players and teams have a certain GPA, regardless of what the class may be. So again, it's everybody's getting paid at every level, everywhere, but yet the people that's actually complaining the most, and again, players, families, pay close attention. As I sit and stick this video out right now, watch and understand how many coaches that have actually tried to dictate to you what to do and how to do it are not advocating or saying anything on your behalf. You can be living in a shack right now, and they won't say one word about you getting paid to take your mom out of that situation, yourself out of that situation. But the power has always been the athletes and the families. The education is now coming along with the actual athletic ability. And I'm proud to say that I'm here today and a strong proponent, and will continue to trust the facts and not the process. We'll continue to invest in yourself and myself and not the industry. We'll continue to ensure that educate and empower, protect the athletes and families' best interests alone. Again, this is Robert T. Green, CEO of Pre-Post Game, the Players Rep. Check me out, like I said again, prepostgame.com. We're here, man. And like I said, Barry Alvarez, it might be time for you to think about a new job, brother, because you ain't getting it right now. At the end of the day, you don't schedule those kids from Cali, those 4 and 5 stars, you'll be looking for a job soon. You guys be well and God bless.